in terms of disability, accessibility, and possible exclusion of students, maybe with virtual or hearing impairment, how do we ensure that the CBT platform integrates the PWD's community by mandating assistive technologies like screen readers, maybe, or sign language interfaces? Shouldn't this be factored alongside whatever plans or transition targets or holistic or phase-by-phase targets or plan that we have, since technology is already replete with assistive applications for persons with disability? Is a holistic approach feasible in this regard?
Yeah, persons with disabilities are actually coming to begin to rest because we are going digital. So there are already technology that assists them. So all I think that needs to be done is for the committee to put into perspective that there are these categories of persons, and then they will need to put in measures to ensure that these persons are in a way addressed, or their concerns are addressed during exams. Lastly, I think it's easier for them because they can just, the exams, the questions can begin to put, if we're talking about the major exams, they can begin to they can decide to set up a center specifically for persons with disabilities where all these technologies would be, and it would be there, and there'll be persons that would assist them in terms of need. So I don't think they have an issue. Okay. It's just for the committee to ensure that to know that these persons exist, and these persons needs to be taken care of.
They do exist, as a matter of fact, and they do need to be taken care of.
True.
But I've just been told that we could have time for one more question before we go. Okay. So maybe we should look at something in terms of social solidarity. It would seem like you inferred it somewhat earlier in your earlier submission, but could CBT erode communal trust in exams as a shared national ritual, perhaps replacing it with impersonal systems? People say that the computers are, you don't have this person-to-person relations like you have with physical invigilators, for instance, with a computer. So the skepticism of a faceless tech system, versus the seeming public trust in physical examination, invigilators and paper trail. That's what I'm talking about here. So for you, does trust in technology trump, that psychological readiness or anxiety, whether by students or even instructors in schools, particularly in rural communities across Nigeria?
Well, when it has to do with technology, that's one of the everything, there's always another side to a coin. So there are everything that comes, every advantage that comes with its own disadvantage. So technology, one of the disadvantages of technology is the inability to isolate one and disconnect you from person-to-person communication and physical interaction. So, but one way I think we've been able to manage that is while we have identified that to be a concern, we've also created an industry out of it, and that industry is the social industry.
True.
Where people now want to use every opportunity that they get to meet and mingle, meet and interact. So, yeah, technology has its own effects, but I don't think that's going to, on the long run, we would have to. So it's either we do it now or we do it later. There is no option of not doing it at all. So it's better we start doing it now and we begin to get used to the system. So
invariably, students, instructors should prepare their minds that the future is here now. It's not coming again. It's already here.
That is the reason why there is now educational technology. Most schools, universities are now offering it as a degree program because technology is now, education it's not isolated. It has now been integrated with technology. So we have to begin to look at how we can, teachers needs to upskill to integrate technology into their teaching skill. Students need to upgrade to integrate technology into their learning skills. So these are things that we have to do as individuals. We can't just shy away from the fact that we are growing. We are growing. let's embed technology and start using technology so that we get used to it. The more we use, the more you acquaint yourself with the technology. And the easier it is for you to use this technology to create more things, because technology is aimed at ensuring that you use it to solve problems.